Then now we are talking about web hosting. As I told, web hosting is a process of taking space in a server to make your website live and to access your website over the internet, right? So there are two categories of hosting, that is called Linux hosting and Windows hosting. So Linux hosting refers the most popular hosting. That means most of the businesses, most of the companies, they prefer Linux hosting, right? Why? Because it is open platform for everyone. It is free to use as well, and it supports coding like PHP, MySQL as well, right? So if you are owning a WordPress website, so definitely it will be a good choice. Then Windows hosting. So if you come to Windows hosting, so Windows hosting, they use only Windows Server operating system as well, right? And it needs a special type of coding knowledge, right? And it is or normally we can say complex websites are made on this. So here if you see, now just wait, minus. So Linux and Windows hosting. So this is nothing. This is the operating system of a server, right? Suppose we have a laptop. So our laptop or a computer, it runs under a certain operating system, right? So our laptop is running, just example, Windows 10 or iOS version, right? In the same manner, this server, they run under the Linux operating system and Windows operating system. Now, if we talk about web hosting, types of web hosting, so there are four types of web hosting. The first one is shared hosting. Second one is VPS, that means virtual private server. Third one is dedicated server hosting, and the next is cloud hosting. So now if we talk about shared hosting, so it is only the most popular and affordable web hosting plan. So here that means with its name we can understand what is shared hosting. Shared, that means we are sharing a space in a server, right? So just we can assume that suppose this is a server, this complete structure is server, and under one server, that means you are taking a space, right? So apart from you there will be many people who will be taking that space as well. That means you are sharing this particular space with each other, right? So shared hosting is very, cost effective. It is very cheaper. In fact, you can manage your website over here with low cost as well. Then VPS hosting. So here a server is divided into multiple virtual units, right? So okay, before explaining this, I'll tell about dedicated hosting. So dedicated hosting is nothing, that means you are taking complete space in a server, right? You are renting a complete space in a server and you are not allowing anyone to enter in this zone, right? So it is just like that, key you have a building, right? And you are the owner of the building and you are not allowing anyone to enter into your house. That means you are the king of your house, right? But in shared hosting, that means we'll take example of PG, right? So in PG normally we have seen somewhere it is written two sharing or three sharing or four sharing, like that one, right? So in a room, if we'll talk in a room, there will be two or three bed. That means three people will be sharing one particular room with each other, right? In the same manner it happens over here. That means in a web hosting, I mean in a web server, if you are taking a space, in that space the other people will be sharing with you as well. That is called shared hosting. And dedicated, just you got it, dedicated, that means you are hiring a complete space for your website, And VPS hosting, we can say it is the mix up of shared hosting and dedicated hosting, right? So some part of the shared hosting will be there, and maximum it will be preferred by the domain hosting as well. Then cloud hosting. So cloud hosting, that means again it's a very important hosting part. That means this hosting service utilize the trending cluster server technology, right? So it is built upon cluster server technology. A cloud hosted website is supported by a number of server in the network. That means here we'll understand the example. Key, a server is there, right? In a server you are taking a space, fine. So what will be happening if a server gets failed? Your website won't be live over the internet, right? Chances are there. But what happens in cloud hosting, multiple servers, they are connected with each other. So in that case, suppose if any one of the server will get failed, so other server will take the complete backup of your website, and your website will be live all 24 into 7, right? In case if second server gets failed, your and I mean the third server, it takes the backup, right? So these cloud hosting, these are interlinked with each other. The servers are interlinked with each other, right? So here we can see web hosting companies like Hostigator, Bluehost, Hosting Raja, GoDaddy. So simply if we'll search in Google as well, so we'll be able to see the list of hosting website. Now we'll talk about SSL. So SSL is nothing, it's a secure socket layer. It is a lock. That means it is just like that, protecting your house with a lock. Let me show you example of that one. Okay, here we can see this lock image, right? Lock symbol. So that means this website is totally secure and safe, right? Taking this lock, purchasing this lock, that is called SSL. So for I mean taking this protection, we need SSL certificate, right? So when you purchase this SSL certificate, that means secure socket layer, so your I mean URL will come with this preferred domain like HTTPS. This is the protocol. With this protocol, your website will be opening. Let me show you if the example can I show. Uh, so here I'll type like okay. So I am opening this website now. Here we can see this website. That means we are not able to see that security, that lock, right? So this will come with HTTP. I'll show here. If I copy and paste this one, you can see here this. This is the protocol. That means it is coming with HTTP. That means it is not secured, right? In the same manner, if I am taking this one, so this website is coming with HTTPS. Like that means here, if I paste it, okay. So here the difference we can see HTTP and HTTPS, as that means secure, right? So that is called SSL, secure socket layer. That means you are providing extra security to your website.